The Sheffield Steelers back at the Motorpoint Arena on a Saturday night. We never had blackout, but we did have Jailer Tulip and a whole host of new Sheffield Steelers players. They stood, they cheered, as did the fans, as the banner was raised for the 2014 Playoff Championship. Proud moments. The Cardiff Devils fans, well, they had other things to occupy their mind. That was quite funny though, wasn't it? Ben Bounds, Rotherham born. He was to be a thorn in the Steelers' side. It was Bounds versus Frank Doyle. A scoreless first period. Steelers had numerous power play chances as well. They had one when Matthew Myers went for interference in the second period as well. And at last the Steelers broke through. Mosienko, it was who would feed Darrell Hay. And Darrell Hay on the back door gets one through Ben Bounds. Steelers led by a goal to nil at 24-14. Hay's first goal for the Steelers. Mosienko, of course, back in the lineup. Dowd was out in front. When the puck comes through to Darrell Hay, the Steelers shoot and score. They led at 24-14 by a goal to nil. Fans happy, everybody happy, a lot of relief in the building. Matthew Myers, though, got redemption. He tipped one home 4 minutes later for 1-1. Richardson and Piggott picked up the assists. Nothing Frank Doyle could do about the redirect. Look at big Matthew Myers. He goes in front, gets a tip. The Devils tied. 26-33, 1-1. Steelers thought they'd scored at 31-52. Take a look at this. Mike Forney makes a nice play, fakes, shoots top shelf, goal. Look at him to the right of your screen, celebrate while the rest of the play goes on. He's adamant that the puck's gone in. It was nearly 3 minutes later when offside the whistle blew. Take a look at the officials. They go straight to the timekeeper's bench because in that 3 minutes they've been discussing the Forney goal. And as you can see here, it was just that, a Forney goal. At the end of these highlights you'll see an interview with referee Tom Darnell. He explains the decision. Morissette a little unhappy, but the fans cheer. The Steelers led 2-1. What a big moment, what a big call from Tom Darnell. He explains it clearly. And to be fair, there wasn't too much arguments from the Devils. Haddad getting a little bit involved with Dustin Cohn, then all of a sudden the Cardiff Devils players, Henrik and Cohn, will start to have a little bit of a push and shove. Even Batch gets involved. I think we prefer you on the EIHL man. Eddie's having none of that, of course. But the Devils getting a little bit fruity on the road. They smelt a point or maybe even more. And they came and they gave it everything on a Saturday night at the arena. Dowd was at his tenacious best and he had a chance as he broke. Bounds, though, made another great stop. Bounds was in outstanding form all evening. Takes away the angle from Robert Dowd and makes the save. Just a couple of minutes left though when this incident happened. Keep your eye on Gord Baldwin. He's about to get called for boarding. The arm goes up from Tom Darnell and the Devils were to go on a late power play. Boarding minor. Baldwin sits down. The Devils 5-on-4 power play turned into a 6-on-4 power play when they pulled Bounds. And it was Matthew Myers again who would prove to be the hero. The puck will come back to the top. Keep your eye on Myers in front. Gets a deflection. And Matthew Myers, with 47 seconds remaining, makes it 2-2. Nothing Frankie could do about it. Lots of traffic in front. Matthew Myers just huge in front of him. And the Welshman delighted with that game tyre. Went to overtime, went through overtime, went into a penalty shootout. First up, Morissette versus Doyle. Nice move from Morissette. Sells Doyle the dummy. Devils led by a goal. Mike Forney for the Steelers. Bounds denies. He doesn't know where it is. Ah, there it is. Joey Martin. His first appearance at the arena. But he goes 5-0 on Frankie. Again in super slow-mo. Ricochets off Frank's pads. It meant that Tyler Mosienko had to score to keep this shootout alive. Mosienko versus Bounds. The poke check from Ben Bounds wins it for the Cardiff Devils. 3-2 after a shootout, a point for the Steelers, 2 points for the Cardiff Devils in Challenge Cup action. The Devils would then go and get another 2 points on Sunday by beating the Nottingham Panthers. Sheffield would have an overtime victory with Tyler Mosienko scoring the game winner in Coventry. We'll speak to head coach Gerad Adams in a few moments' time, but before that, let's have a word with referee Tom Darnell about that big incident regarding the Mike Forney goal. Tom, thank you for joining us. Just to clear up that issue on the Mike Forney goal, it's something that, well, I certainly haven't seen for a very long time. Explain to us what happened.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I think from my position, I've got the goal frame blocking my view in terms of where the puck actually entered the net. The goal judge has got a similar situation. The goal judge didn't put the light on. So in my mind, I had one piece of evidence, which was the sound. The sound was that it hit a piece of padding, not the goalpost. Play went up and out of the zone, and at that point I spoke to the linesman just as I skated past him and said, "What do you think?" And he said 100% a goal. That's good, you know, that's teamwork. That's what we do out there. It's the same as the team's playing. We're a team as well, and we make decisions based on that. So the unfortunate thing was that play then went on for a good couple of minutes, and of course we have to wait for the first stoppage of play, because if you were then to score another goal, we would allow that goal if the first one under review was to be determined not to be a goal. So, you know, we'd love video, we'd love to be able to have all of those other points of evidence, but we just don't have that. We have to go with the 3 or 4 sets of eyeballs on the ice.
You couldn't go to Toronto, could you? But it's not the first time the Steelers have benefited from such a incident, and you were involved in the other one as well.
Yeah, about 15 years ago, I would say, in the Super League down in Bracknell, we had a situation where it went in, and I was the linesman that day. I can't remember the referee, but the play went on for about 5 minutes in that situation. So we had to wind the clock back even further, and the fans were a bit confused. But it's just one of those little nuances in the rules that we don't really see that often. But when we do, it's a fun one for everyone involved.
G took us through that one because it wasn't the homecoming that I think anybody wanted.
No, it wasn't good. I thought we had a number of chances to score in the first period on our power play. We were moving the puck. We didn't get as many shots as I would like to have seen, but we did get some quality chances. We didn't execute early, and sometimes in hockey you get burned if you don't execute early, and it just went on throughout the game. I thought we looked like a bunch of individuals. We didn't look like a team at all. There's a lot of factors into that. We're either over-trying or we're not trying hard enough in situations. Our composure and our back end at times isn't good. So there's a number of areas where we need to improve. But in the same time, you know, Cardiff played extremely well. You got to give them credit for that. I thought they deserved the 2 points, and, you know, to take a positive out of it, we weren't at our best. We still got a point in the Challenge Cup, which is really valuable. And, you know, that's some of the best hockey they're going to play. And again, we're not our best. There's a lot more to come from us.
Just picking up on one of those points, you mentioned the power play. We did have a lot of chances tonight, didn't we?
We did. I think we got a cut. Both of our goals ended up on the power play, but there needs to be more execution on that. And you know, you want to allow the individuals to be creative and put them in areas and allow them to put the puck in the net. But the intensity wasn't there on the power play, to be honest with you, at a lot of times in it. And you know, it's difficult when you're running a short bench. You can't necessarily pull guys aside and take them off and explain that they need to be better. You have to kind of continue to roll those power play units. But we got an older group of players who should realize a lot better. So, you know, we'll take it on the chin tonight.
Talk to us about the Forney goal. We've just been in this room here speaking with the referee, Tom Darnell, about it. How did you see that?
I thought it was a goal just from the sound, just the way it went in off the bench, and then everybody else, you know, on the bench thought it went in. And it was a good job by the refs. They did exactly, you know, the protocol, how it's supposed to go. It is pretty crazy. It went on for whatever the 3.5 minutes that they finally called it. But you know, it was a good shot, and you know, again, he's a good player in a good area, and he's got to execute, and he did on that particular time.
If the boys didn't play well tonight, at least they can put it. The joy of this game is they can put it right tomorrow night, and a tough game in Coventry.
Well, you know, you hope so. You're just looking for a response. You know, I addressed the areas that I thought we needed to improve, and you know, our mental game needs improvement. And Coventry's playing extremely well. You got to give them credit as well too. I think Mark Lefebvre is doing a really good job. So, Challenge Cup again, so it's going to be another tough game.